Welcome Wolfpack to episode number 2 of our Transport Fever 2 Let's Play series. I think we started off a little bit smarter this season than last season, but let me know what you think in the comments below. If you missed season 1, I'll leave a link in the description below so you can take a look at it after this video. We made a lot of major errors. I hope I fixed them in this series. Today we're going to be making sure our oil industry stays profitable and possibly find an end user for that plastics factory that we have outside of McAllen. Stick around and let's see how it all works out. We're going to take a look here at McAllen. McAllen seems to be growing nicely. They do need the goods from that factory, which is a plus. And the other thing they need is building construction supplies. Now, we did see that when we looked at the map before. There is a great line of building construction supplies up here by Garland. And if you remember Garland from season number 1, which didn't fare out that well, we expanded too fast, and I don't want to do this just yet, but this is definitely a potential. We can have this loop, we can have them all funneling in here, and then bringing those bricks over here where Garland needs some, and we can also bring some down to McAllen as well on a train. What I'm hoping for is a mainline freight line where we truck goods into a central location, and then we disperse them among all of the towns that need things. So that's my end game, my goal. That was the goal last season, but the season was obviously cut short by a little bankruptcy issue. Let's move on. Let's see what's going on here. I want to just double check everything and make sure that we are making money. All of our lines should be making money, I think. The vehicles are all in good shape, very good shape to good shape. We're only a year and a few months into it. We're April 11th, 1851. And we're playing at that quarter speed so we don't fly through the eras. And I'm also not... I've adjusted my gameplay so I'm not flying through the eras mentally. And we're actually taking a slowdown because we don't have to fly through the eras. So that's a good thing. Dates don't pass as fast, but we're also stuck in the 1850s where it's really hard to make money. So we're just going to adjust and learn the game. I think each trip is about $103,000. I think we may send this train back to the depot here in the next few minutes to get another car, another tank car, so they can actually bring a little bit more product down. Yeah, 103,000. We're definitely making money. This train is making a fair amount of money right now, and we could actually pay back one of our loans. We have a $5 million in loans that you started the game without on medium mode. Let's go see how much a tank car costs in the freight depot, just so we know. Tank car is $203,000. I really don't want to part with that money just yet. We will, but not just yet. One of the other things that I would like to do is get a passenger train line back and forth to Oxnard as well. That will also help us with some money. Plenty of oil sitting here yet. We still have a full load that's leaving right now. We have another load of oil that's coming over here to be sat on the station here waiting for the train. And, yep, more oil coming over as well. So we are kicking out the oil that is needed here, and that is good. There we go. I keep clicking on this passenger line here. For whatever reason, I keep clicking on that, and it's not giving me my cargo. But we have 60 oil sitting here. We're going to put another train car on him real quick. We're going to edit him, put another tank car on there. I know it's a lot of money, at least initially, but he's pulling into the depot. As soon as he gets in there, we're going to go ahead and edit this train. Edit selected vehicle. We're going to go ahead and add another tank car. We'll go ahead and add it. We're going to push it up there. For $203,000, and then we're going to go ahead and send this train out back onto the line. There we go. He's off. Now he's going to have 3. I think his speed dropped to mediocre, but we're going to have to get some of that. We have to get some of that oil moving, and we are creating enough and sending enough around, so that's a good thing. 21 now he can carry. Down to 18 miles an hour now. Top speed's 25 miles an hour. Steam locomotive. Yeah, power rating is mediocre with those 2 locomotives. And if you remember from season 1, I had 4 boxcars on there with 1 locomotive, so I can only imagine. No wonder they were all irritated with me, but that's okay. Again, we have plenty. I adjusted the length of the platform from season 1 as well. We went down to 80. And we could probably fit 5, 6, maybe even 7 cars in here for reloading. So we definitely did not need the 120 car lengths. The one thing we just have to watch out for is our lines. We have to make sure that we're able to carry or supply this train so it's not sitting waiting anywhere or going somewhere that's not full. So another one of the freight options that we had that I was discussing at the end of the last episode and the intro to this episode is we do have the potential to bring food down to Oxnard at this to this food processing plant. Now that will include having to get another train, most likely, or we could have it trucked down this way. But I would really like to utilize the train, bring it over here into this yard, and then have another train bring it down to Oxnard and then have it trucked over here. This is kind of in the middle. I'm definitely not going to put another train station in here. We don't have the money to do that right now, so we're just that is one of the potentials that we are going to be thinking about. Our train's getting closer down here to Oxnard because we do have oil waiting over here. And that is going to be a full train load as well, heading back up. And that should, this extra train car here should keep our return trips, because right now these are carrying none. So that should keep some of our return trips full as well. Definitely want to keep an eye on this. And the train's on his way back. Plastics factory is in production. There's just nowhere to take it just yet. That may be our next move. We do have oil sitting here, I believe. Yeah. But yeah, right here. The next guy that comes in here is definitely going to cause a problem with the rest of them coming in. So as long as this train gets in, we should be okay. 61 oil here, so we're definitely keeping a full load going one way or another. Still got vehicles all in very good shape. A couple of vehicles aren't making money, but that's probably just because of the point that it is right now. This McAllen, this guy is not. We might end up going down one on this road on the road vehicles for. I think we are gonna go ahead and sell one of these, and we're gonna go down this McAllen. That's the one that's supplying the plastics. We just don't have enough oil getting up there for that short run. So we'll. He was losing money, so we'll make it a little bit better for now. If we need to add him, we'll add him later. 155,000, so that went up by 50,000. These guys all have 4, and they're heading up to the factory, and they'll still sit 9 extra, which that's what we would have. The vehicle that we just sold, he would take it. These guys will make a round trip before this train gets back again, so that's probably about right. I think we're doing okay. Our lines, our plastics factory line, that was that one vehicle probably that wasn't really doing much for us, but hopefully this turns around a little bit. Our train is doing real well. McAllen is a large city. I'm really hesitant to put a bus line in here because I'm afraid the stops will get overloaded again because we just don't have the money to put on enough of those stagecoaches yet. So we're going to probably wait until we get a little bit better vehicles and technology to do that. There's our convoy full of refined oil heading to the plastics factory. Making $5,000 off of each one of those. That's not terrible. Again, this only gets better as we have the capability to get here faster and with more stuff. This only gets better from here. Again, tough to make money in the 1850s with the horse-drawn carriages and carts and such. We can only do what we can do. Our train already came in again. We have 516,000. It's out again, so we've increased our line here. It's making $250,000 now. Take a look and see what we got to do to build our headquarters here. I don't know how much this is going to be. It's not bad at all. Only a couple $1,000s. I thought it was much more than that. McAllen looks like a good spot for it. Let's put it right downtown McAllen. All right, headquarters in. Build the company headquarters. We did it. It's a humble little house, but it'll work for now. He's even bringing more oil. We got more oil coming this way. We're doing real well with this. Then this is good. This is because we've added that third tank car onto our train here. I think we may end up repay a loan here. Oh, in part, huh? All right, we'll repay a loan. It drops us down to 176,000, but gives us another loan to take if we need it. We repaid one loan. I think I'm going to try to get a couple more loans paid back. I'm going to speed up time. We'll get through the 1850s here a little bit, and that way we're just not watching train traffic going back and forth and you guys getting bored. But if I build something or we need to do something, I will bring you guys back. All right, we're back. It's January 20th, 1852. It's only been a few months, but I think we are going to build a country road that runs right through here. That's not a bad option right there. 72,000 to do a cut through. And then we're going to come over here and we will put in a truck station. Now, actually, we're going to make the line first. That makes more sense. We will do a new line from McAllen Transfer to McAllen East. And that will be McAllen Plastic Supply. And we're going to buy 5 of them for $119,000. And we're going to put those right on that plastic supply line. And there we have it. Now we have plastics being kicked out of the plastics factory. I'm sorry, the chemical plant is kicking out plastics now. And it will be sitting here waiting for our convoy of vehicles heading over this way. It is going to kick out 27 right off the bat, so we should have a full convoy heading over that way. And that line should be profitable rather quickly then. Yeah, see here, this is where we get into the log jam. We have oil that would help these guys be profitable. So we're going to go ahead and configure this line once again. We're going to go to a cargo platform, and we're going to give these guys room to drop off things. Because now this guy just left, and there's plenty of plastic sitting over here, but that's all right. They'll make it up. Now, what will happen over here at this goods factory is that they will start storing all of the plastics that come in, and you'll see it start to stack up in the lots out here. So he'll drop off his 4, and until we can find someplace to bring steel over here, it will just be stored. And so that we'll get money for bringing it over, but we won't have any goods out of here until we find steel. We have a lot of oil sitting on the platform over here. We have 95. So our next move might be another train to run more oil back and forth. Yeah, we still have a ton of oil down here. That's 42. So we could duplicate our train and still be okay. We could clone that train and still be okay. The problem is that train costs $900,000. So yeah, we could actually do this and be okay, I think. So 656,000. It's June 29th, almost July of 1852, and we're still turning a really good profit. When we do add that second train on, we will definitely need more vehicles on this line to bring oil up to the plastics factory, and then most likely we will need more vehicles, plastics factory, over to the goods factory. Otherwise, this is going to get overloaded with oil. And this, if you remember right, this was the line that we sold the vehicle on because we didn't have enough oil coming up here. So that's, I think we're going to have to go ahead and put on this McAllen Plastics Factory line, we're going to go ahead and put another couple of vehicles on that line. I think we'll go with 3 for now. We're going to go ahead and put them right on the plastics line. And this train is pretty much going to pay for its own clone. So that's a good thing. It's making $500,000 right now a year. Or for this year. It's October 17th. We're doing a lot better than we were last season. You see people are using their personal vehicles and horse and carriages to get it to the other towns. They definitely want to go to the other towns. We definitely want to do a passenger transport line because the demand is there. We just can't do it just yet. I think once we get about $1.2 million, maybe 1.3, we will go ahead and purchase that other train. Really weighing whether I want to just try the 1 locomotive with 4 cars and see how it goes. I might end up doing that. And if that's the case, I could honestly, we could go to 3 trains. Blue locomotive, we'll add it up, and then we'll add 4 tank cars, and we will add another blue locomotive. We're going to need 1.3 million. We have 1.4 there, and that should keep us at 25 miles an hour. We'll have a capacity of 28. The other one's got 21, and we're going to go with it. There's our second train. And then we just have to monitor now. We have to monitor our sidings to make sure trains aren't waiting too long for what they have to do. All right, train number 2's coming in, picking up a bunch of oil from the oil well in McAllen. And it's still leaving plenty. Still leaving 67 for the other train that is down here. And the account balance is starting to concern me a little bit, but that'll be much better here as soon as these two trains show up at their respective locations. You'll see how we're looking just in time. We got about $13,000, and this guy should be pulling in to the tune of about, if I had to guess, it'd be about 200 and some $1,000, but I guess we will see. We are right at the brink of running in the red right now with this new $1 million train that we have running around. And this truck station right here is about to get really busy. $221,000 we just jumped up to. Here's our other train pulling in now, which should fill up all of these guys. Another 155 grand. And we have a lot of plastic sitting up there. We're going to have to look at adding more trucks on that line. They're dropping it off. There's 70 over there. So we're going to add 4 more trucks onto that line over there. Cargo trucks, that is. We will buy them. They will go on to the plastic supply line. What's going on over here? Are they building? They're building. Nice. They need goods. We need to get them goods in McAllen. How are we doing over here? Our company score is still 0. But the good news is we paid off one loan and we bought a $1 million train with profit money. So we're actually doing just fine. Might need another siding up here. Because this train is probably, yeah, it's sitting up. I think we're going to put another siding right over here. Set it up right there, and then we need our signals. And down here, this is going that way, and that one's going that way. And that should now allow 2 spots for trains to pass each other, which will be critical if we add a passenger line, which is the game plan. Probably not for this episode, but hopefully for the next one. Episode 2 brought us a very profitable oil industry supply chain, even though it is not entirely completed yet. It is September of 1853, and we have 2 profitable trains on one train line and several profitable road vehicle lines. Episode 3, I hope to start a passenger train line, pay off our debt entirely, and potentially start moving people and find a pathway to get some steel over to that plastics or goods factory. Please don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed the content, and if you're new to the channel, please hit that red subscribe button and set your notifications to all. If you also enjoy survival and military type content, please subscribe to my second channel that's showing up on your left right now. Continue this series by following the playlist popping up onto your screen right now, or click the link in the comment below. If you've caught up with this series, check out our Season 1 playlist showing up right below that. Click any one of those links, and we will see you over there.